best trash talkers in boxing. It's been a couple years since we've seen Hammer and Hank Lundy back on one of our cards, but he is back. Hank, how you doing today?
Oh man, I'm feeling good, man.
You know, I saw you mention something. You said, you've been away for a while, but you haven't gone anywhere. You haven't fought since February of last year, so it's been about a 14-month layoff. So you said you haven't gone anywhere. Where have you been in those 14 months? What have you been doing? And I know you accepted this fight on relatively short notice. So can you bring us through what you've been going through and how quickly you accepted this opportunity?
Oh man, y'all know what we've been going through, the pandemic. But I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. We've been trying to get fights, man, and Hank Lundy is a guy that nobody wants to fight. At 140, 147, 135. These guys don't want to get in the ring with me, man. I don't know. Like I tell them, scared money don't make no money, but we always ready, man. These guys scared, man. I'm like, what can you make them do? So the only thing Hank Lundy could do, like I did with this fight, stay in the gym, train. I was supposed to fight fell out, and I stayed in the gym, walked in the gym. My trainer said, look, Zepeda opponent fell out. I said, let me get on the phone and make a call, see if I can get the fight. And next thing you know, here we are. Stay ready so you won't have to get ready.
I was gonna say let's go to the questions, but when you have Hammer and Hank Lundy on, I just feel like I can just say, hey Hank, talk, and he can spend the next 15 minutes riffing, and we won't get any questions in. But you're all on the call, so we should get some questions in. Keith Eidick, please unmute yourself and go ahead, sir.
Let's go.
Hank, how you doing, man?
I'm feeling good.
Great. I was just wondering, he was supposed to fight Pedro Campa, and the Nevada Commission would not allow that fight to happen. How do you feel? You obviously feel you're a tougher fight for him than Pedro Campa. Can you speak to that and how this all kind of came about?
I really don't know who that guy is. No disrespect, but I just heard his opponent fell out, and me, I'm an old throwback fighter. At the end of the day, man, what they tell you, stay ready. A championship is a phone call away, as long as you stay ready. And that's what Hank Lundy was doing, staying ready. I've been ready, and the man upstairs, I got to give it all to him, man, for, giving me this opportunity to be back on TV, because I was the first Mr. ESPN, I had to remind a couple people, but it's a God blessing, and I'm happy to be here, and and I thank Zepeda, Top Rank, for giving me this opportunity.
Hank, I know you were already in the gym, but about how many weeks notice did you get for this fight?
Oh, it was 3. It was 3-week notice, but my preparation for camp, it took it to a 12-week camp because I was already in camp getting prepared for another fight.
And Hank, what did you think? His last fight was, I think, one of the best fights that any of us have ever seen. I'm just wondering what your perspective is when you see a guy get up from 4 knockdowns and knock a guy unconscious. That's not really a common thing. I just wonder what your thoughts are on that fight.
That's Hank Lundy. That's what Hank Lundy did. Y'all forget this is what I do, So at the end of the day, but one thing I seen in that ring, he liked to rock him and sock him, but Hank Lundy got different dimensions. I could go get you. I also could box. But one thing about it, when I hit you, you ain't getting back up. And he's a southpaw. Last time I checked, I'm 3-0 against southpaw.
Thanks a lot, Hank.
And thank you very much, Keith. And yes, in case you all forgot, a little Roy Jones reference there. Yeah, Hank Lundy was a fan favorite on ESPN2's Friday Night Fights. Got off the deck a bunch of times to win fights, and some of the most dramatic fights in recent vintage on Friday Night Fights. John Molina, Danny Williams, a bunch of great fights on ESPN2's Friday Night Fights. So he's back on the big network, back with Joe Tessitore. It's going to be like a reunion here at the Virgin Hotels, Las Vegas. And I forgot to mention the first ever boxing card at the brand new Virgin Hotels Las Vegas, which just opened a couple months ago. The beautiful new resort. So yeah, now that plug is out of the way, but it really is an incredible new resort. It's a great new venue. The former joint at the Hard Rock is where it will take place. It's the theater at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. So now that I got that out of the way, we go to Jeremy Harridges. Jeremy, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hi, Hank. Thank you for taking the time to talk. You've talked about getting off the deck yourself, the ability that you have with so many different styles. Do you think that it's most beneficial if you go at Zepeda or if you kind of work the boxing angle on him?
Well, you come on, man. I can't let the cat out the bag. You know what I mean? You know, I'm gonna do everything in there. You know, one thing about it, I tell you this: it's 3-week notice, but is he prepared for Hank Lundy? People keep on asking me, am I prepared? I've been in there with every style. Big guys at 140, small guys. You know, listen, is he prepared for Hank Lundy? I know what I have inside of me. We talking about a guy that just was talking about retiring. He was there to be opponent that night and got lucky. Hank Lundy's nobody opponent. I'm coming in there and I'm putting it all on the line. This is my championship fight right here. You know, you have Ramirez and Josh Teller in the main event, but this is my main event right here. It's no tomorrow, so I'm bringing everything.
I was going to ask you, you know, kind of looking where your strengths are, looking at the total number of rounds that Zepeda's fought. I mean, he's been around for a while. He's had 146 total round, but you have 257. Is it your experience, which is the X factor in this thing?
It's that too, and also it has to do with your mind, your body, and what you have deep inside you to get out there and go do. And that's what Hank Lundy is going to show you.
Thank you, Hank. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. I think Hank. I think we need to hire Hank as a salesman at Top Rank or something, because he can. This guy could sell hot beverages on the Las Vegas Strip during the summer, man. I'm telling you. I'm like this is the Hank Lundy I remember, man. This is the Hank Lundy we all remember. We got a few other questions here, and then Hank's opponent is going to be joining us, Jose Zepeda. J.R. Bell, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hey there, brother Hank. I think that Evan was right, man. You pretty much handled this whole thing by yourself there. But, you know, on the real tip, though, my question is, I mean, you talked about your overall preparation for this fight and,
right,
you know, your experience. But kind of going to, you know, like you said, you're training in the gym. You stay ready so you don't have to get ready in. Kind of like going to how you know, go against a few different styles in the gym, preparing for a fight, regardless if it's Zepeda or anybody else.
Well, we had everybody in the gym. You know, my team, I got some talented guys, you know, that switch, you know, and it was a blessing, you know, to have them box on both sides. So I've been getting rounds on both sides, you know, even getting ready for a fight. Just say like if I have a guy that's southpaw or a guy that's right-handed, these guys still will switch up because you never know what a fighter's going to do in a fight. You never supposed to prepare for a guy that you see, you know, fight, you know, on YouTube, because they might come in with something different. You always got to train for the things that you don't see. Throw a wild guy in there that throw punches from north to south to east to west. You know, you got to throw a guy in there that just throw punches and he don't even care if he hits you. You know, all different aspects. And that's what Hank Lundy do, prepare for a fight. We bring everything in camp. Everything. We don't miss out nothing. We want the rugged guys that's dirty too. We want them too. We want everything. That way fight time comes, we won't be surprised by anything because we had it in camp. And that's what Hank Lundy all about. You know, ain't no crying with me. We're coming in there. We're going to fight.
Yeah, gotcha. It looks like it's the dirtier the better when it comes to training there, man. So, hey, thanks for that, brother Hank.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, JR. Now that we have Hank, I think he's got a lot to say about everything. So maybe he can tell us what cryptocurrency I should invest in or something, because maybe a little investment advice. Hank, I know Hank, you've got like a cleaning business now that you're doing. You're an entrepreneur. So if you have any investment advice, how I should diversify my portfolio, let me know, Hank. So we'll talk in the bubble though. We'll talk in the bubble. We got a couple other questions. Alan Alford, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
All right, Cameron, how you doing? Good.
How you
Thank
doing,
you.
my guy?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Hey, I gotta ask you this question. You're one of the few people that's ever done this. How is it being in the ring with Terence Crawford? Explain that experience. A guy who changed up his styles, like you said.
Oh man, I loved it, man. And I actually want that rematch. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. The day of that fight, I woke up 136. I had a full breakfast to eat up to 138, 139. The night of the fight, he was a bigger guy, 160. I was 145. But now my body fully grew. And now I'm not gonna lie, I'm coming down for 160 myself now. So I would like that fight back, because if I do believe I was winning that fight, little mistakes happened, got caught, it is what it is, but I will be chasing him real soon.
Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know that.
All right. Thank you very much, Alan. Looks like we've got a couple other questions. Daniel Carpio. Daniel, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
That's it. Well, thanks for taking my question out. This year has been full of like a lot of recent upsets of fighters that were looked at as far as getting late replacements in and then getting upset by them. How confident are you that you're going to be the latest late replacement upset that is going to get a surprise victory?
Oh, sorry, Hank, please. You're on mute, Hank. Please unmute yourself, Hank. Go ahead. Hank Lundy, please unmute yourself.
Okay, I got you. Well, I'm not really, feeding into that, man. I'm here and I'm here to fight, man. And if anybody got any doubt, Vegas got doubt, I'm gonna make you a believer. That's one thing I love, man. I love turning people into a believer. Oh, he only had 3 weeks. Oh man, Hank Lundy old. Oh, Hank Lundy washed up. But you ask these fighters when they get in the ring with Hank Lundy, is either their career over or they never the same. And one thing about it, I'm going to be victorious, man, in this fight, man. I've been training hard. I've been waiting for this opportunity. I've been waiting to get back on TV. This is where Hank Lundy belongs. I'm ready, and I'm going to be victorious. Listen, my hand going to be raised high.
And we got a couple more minutes and so as I said, with questions, please raise hand in the chat queue or just send me a direct message if you'd like to ask a question of Hank. We're trying to locate Jose Zepeda, who should be on in a few minutes. I mean, Hank, obviously you've sort of hopped around from 35 to 40 and back, and you mentioned you'll find anybody at 35, 40 or 47. But obviously you're best known for your fights at 135. Does the weight class really matter to you? I mean, does it worry you at all when you're going against a world-class top 5 guy at 140 pounds, or do weight classes not really matter to you?
No, it don't matter. At the time it was all timing, and that's where my body was at. But now, I'm not gonna lie, I grew out of 135. And I held it down. I've been a professional for about 15 years, making 135. Generally, these guys don't do that. If you look at their track record, after like 5, maybe 4 years, these guys jump up to another weight class. I did it for 15 years, 135. When fights went at 135, I was forced to move up to 140, where I took some of my losses and got the short end of the stick, but I stayed true to myself and true to the game and respected the game, and I could say I'm one of the rare fighters that I got 15 years at 135, man, and I'm still going strong, but it was time to move up, man. So that's why I jumped on this fight too, because I know it's time to move up. And 140, I'm big and strong. And if you didn't remember, ask a Lucian, a Jose, when he fought Matisse had a war. And he came in there, he down talked. He the smaller guy. You know what I mean? I'm the better guy versus Hammer and Hank Lundy. And what did I do to him? And he was a southpaw. What did I do to him?
And we got we got a few more questions in the chat while we wait for Zepeda. Good news is Hammer and Hank Lundy can hold it down while we wait for Joan Zepeda to join the call. So we're going to keep you a few extra minutes, Hank. R.L. Woodson, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, Hank?
What's going on?
Appreciating the energy that you're bringing in today, man. Seems like you got a great handle on this thing already, as Evan and others have mentioned. I just wanted you to get your thoughts on the fact that you get to come into this opportunity with fans coming back versus, a month or so ago, you might have went into that bubble environment. I'm sure you can handle it, but I just want your thoughts on it.
Oh, man, listen. At the end of the day, I can fight with fans and with no fans. I'm from Philadelphia. Sometimes on these streets, you have no fans and you got to fight. You got to do what you got to do. So I'm used to not having no fans, Look, it's a fight for me either way. With fans, with no fans. Hank Lundy going to do what he do, baby. It's hammer time.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, let's see here. Looks like we might have a couple other questions coming in, but while we wait, Hank, looking back, you talk a lot. You talk a lot, and I go back to the Terence Crawford fight. You talked a lot before that fight, but what did you take back from that experience against Terence Crawford? I mean, I know it was 5-6 years ago, but you still, after that fight, you remained as confident and bold as ever. What do you remember from that experience 5-6 years ago, fighting a guy that would go on to be, pound for pound, one of the best fighters of his generation?
No love lost. I was doing my job, man. One thing about it, in this sport of boxing, man, if you not studying from all these greats that been in the game and taking little pieces and molding your own self to being something great or to being a legend, what you in the game for? At the end of the day, you always supposed to ruffle your opponent's feathers. You got to ruffle them feathers, baby. But it was all love, you know what I mean? It was practice, you know what I mean? And no love lost. Proud of Terence Crawford, what he's doing in the sport, man. One of the pound for pound best, you know what I mean? But, I still want to get back in there and dance again. And
again, Hank, before we let you go,
right.
Any final words, final thoughts that you want to tell to the media and the fans?
Oh, I'm gonna put it like this, man. The media, the fans, Hammer and Hank, thank you from the bottom of his heart, man. Like I tell y'all, it ain't over. It ain't over. I got 5 more years, 6 more years in me. Listen, I thank y'all for rocking with Team Hammer, pushing me, showing me love, the boos, the cheers. I fight for y'all, man. And in Top Rank, after the fight, if you want to come sign Hank Lundy, we open to it. You need to show them that, somebody that's going to fight, a real fighter. You know what I mean? But I thank Top Rank for giving me this opportunity. I thank my promotion, my promoter, D-Lee Promotion, and my manager, my team, man, everybody been excellent. We ready for this point, man. I thank Top Rank. I thank all you guys, it's going to be a fun night, man. Come, May 22nd, man, not only for Top Rank, not only for ESPN, for everybody around the world, man, get to see Hammer and Hank back on the tube and back in my home on ESPN. I love y'all and I thank y'all. And listen, Hammer and Hank coming to a city and town near you. Watch out, it's Hammer time.
Thank you, Hank. And when you're done with this boxing, you definitely have a future as a politician because you can filibuster with the best of them, my friend. We are going to take a